All right, fantasy football friends, we're back with the 2012 edition of Westside Fantasy Players Draft Recap. I guess everybody wants to know what the deal is with Chris Staley and his bet with Matt Cameron from last year. I am holding last year's envelope that contained entry fee money, etc. You'll notice at the top here, I recorded the bet. That way, there will be no questions as to what was to be provided. As you can clearly see, it reads meal, beverage, ice cream, and entry fee for Matt Cameron, that is. And granted, Chris Staley couldn't make the draft. He chose to go to another draft, and well, whatever. That's another story in itself. But he did have 3 pizzas delivered. Well, I give him credit for that. But considering the amount of men that we had at the draft, 3 pizzas isn't going to cut it. And according to the contract here, clearly states a beverage and ice cream. So things did not get off to a, how should I say, good start for a lot of us drafters at the draft. Many of us hadn't eaten for days because we expected to have this feast that Chris Staley had promised. So, I don't know if that led, obviously for myself, I was not mentally into it. My stomach was growling. I was thirsty. It definitely affected my drafting performance, and I know it affected some other drafters, namely Randy Brown. He drafted Adrian Peterson right off the bat, first round. He let Aaron Rodgers go, and he decided to go with AP, who's just coming off an ACL, MCL tear 9 months ago. Questionable call, and then he also drafted a kicker in the 9th round. Had Randy had a full stomach, I don't think he would have gone that route. Enough said. Let's move on. Overall, looked like a pretty even draft. Kevin Bruce made the comment that he thought that this was probably the most even draft that he's seen in quite a while, and I'll tend to agree. I've been looking over the teams, and there's really no clear-cut favorite. I mean, there's a few teams that are standing out above everyone else, but everything looks to be pretty close-knit at the top there, so it'll be interesting to see how things pan out as the season progresses. One thing you need to take note of is the league calendar. As far as Wednesday's game, this week, make sure your lineups are in. And then going forward, there's a Thursday game every week of the season this year. So make sure and set your lineups. And that will also change the free agent pickups. They will stop right before the game begins, and then they'll pick up after that game is over, and then run until Sunday of the first kickoff. And the only thing else would be payments, Curler, and then of course Staley. Staley owes 4, himself and Cameron. Get that into me as soon as possible. That way we can get rocking and rolling here. All right, guys. Good luck this year, and may the best team win.